Hey, what is going on, everybody? Kylesk8r24 here, and today we're going to be continuing our loyalty mission quests by heading to the Citadel to deal with Garrus and Thane's loyalty missions. And we had just recently finished doing the collector ship mission. So, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe to Kylesk8r24. And you can also find my YouTube channel on my Facebook fan page and on Twitch as well of the same name. So thank you very much. I really appreciate your time and your support, and we're just going to keep going from there. Also, in the case that there happens to be any outside noises, I apologize in advance, and that could range from an ice cream truck to my phone ringing to my bird actually eating right behind me and probably squawking. So
probe.
So this the collector ship planet, so we're just going to do a little bit of planet scanning.
Probe launched.
And I normally just go about scanning once. I'm generally not... I just find this really dull.
Launching probe.
I'll do it like maybe once or twice, but I'm just not a fan of the scanning. Even though that is how you are best able to gain the resources quickly enough if you have enough scanning points and fuel. So as of this point, we have already gotten the loyalty missions completed for Miranda, Grunt, and Morden, and we're just going to keep going on that trend of hitting those loyalty missions, at least 2 or maybe 1, dependent on what happens. Actually, before I do that, let me just really quickly... Wait, not mass relay. Whoops. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to actually start off by doing Garrus' loyalty mission first. Because he is my boy, he is my #1 favorite character in the Mass Effect universe. He's also a favorite squad member of mine. Not just from a combative perspective, but as a character and as a friend and as a loyal part of my crew and squad. Throughout all Mass Effect 3 games. Throughout all 3 Mass Effect games, I should say. So I'm going to safely assume at some point that most of you, if not all of you, have gone up to this point in terms of Mass Effect 2, and I'm just kind of curious. I've played through Mass Effect many times. I'm sure many other people like yourselves have gone and played through Mass Effect many times. What's your favorite thing about Mass Effect 2? Is it your squad? Is it the customization? Is it the role-playing story you can choose from? I'm just kind of curious. If you feel like you have any comments to talk about in terms of that, please share them on this video, or you can, you know, showcase any constructive criticism on my video as well. I am happy to listen to any and all feedback. So I'm going to bring Tali for this one, because there is a specific side mission that I did not hit on purpose, just so that I can bring Garrus and Tali, because there is some unique dialogue, and I try to hit as much unique dialogue as possible, and if not, I'll probably do it on my next playthrough, which would be more of a renegade playthrough. We're going to keep up our points in terms of adrenaline rush. Energy drain I really like a lot. Let's see. Let's do power duration. So I'm actually going to hold off on not doing AI hacking because I appreciate the energy drain a lot better than the AI hacking. The armor-piercing ammo, I'm kind of just on. I mean, because I am a soldier, because I am a paragon, I have kind of shifted some things around throughout the course of this trilogy so far. And I just don't feel like armor-piercing ammo, in my case, is helpful when I already have incendiary ammo. So, we're gonna keep at it with our concussive blasts. And that should pretty much do it. We'll switch that up. That should do it.
I found references to a forger named Thane in C-Sec crime reports, Shepard. Perhaps that is a good place to start looking. Also, according to C-Sec, a drill recently passed through customs. The C-Sec office may have more information.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you board the shuttle with that.
But this is a ceremonial item of my people.
Sir, it's a 15-centimeter serrated blade.
You humans are all racist.
Sorry for the inconvenience, sir. Yes?
I'm trying to find a local forger. He goes by the name of Thane.
Yeah, I know him. The alias, anyway. He's been a thorn in the network division's side for the last year. He works with the Blue Suns.
Where can we find him?
Yeah, if I knew that, he'd be in a cell. Best I can do is put you on the trail. There's a warehouse in the marketplace. Some of Fade's contacts work out of there. Go ask them some questions. Gently, of course.
Why haven't you been able to catch him?
Whoever he is, he's damn good at avoiding C-Sec. I think someone on the inside's feeding him information. Either that, or he's got access to our databases and comm channels. I don't know which is worse. But you're outside C-Sec. Maybe you can nail his ass.
I should be going.
You need anything else, let me know.
Okay, so I'm also not going to go through any of the stores just yet, because I think once I hit Thane's mission, then I'll start exploring around and seeing what other things I can get. I just want to be able to get more money through Garrus's mission. We'll also hit anything else that I have missed in terms of the Citadel itself, such as the conversation between the Quarian, the Volus, and the human.
I felt her hand go into my pocket. When I checked, my credit chit was gone.
I didn't even touch you.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to take a statement here.
There's nothing to talk about. She stole my credit chit. Arrest her.
I did not! Just because I'm a Quarian.
I need you to stop and take a deep breath.
You're mocking me, Earth Clan. Just because the Vol Clan need...
It was a poor choice of words, sir. I apologize.
You say you're falsely accused?
I was walking to the used ship dealer when he barged into me outside the Serta Foundation. He didn't stop or say he was sorry. A minute later, he runs up with C-Sec and accuses me of stealing his damn chit.
You ran into each other outside the Serta Foundation. Is it possible the chit fell out of his pocket there?
I guess. Sure, all I know is I didn't take it.
You spend a lot of time at the used ship dealer?
Yeah, they've got a lot of nice models. I'd like to buy one and take it back to the fleet, but...
Your pilgrimage isn't going so well, is it?
No, I came here thinking there'd be a lot of work. EVA stuff, salvage. Fixing all the damage the Geth attack caused. Everywhere I went to apply, signs said not hiring Quarians. And the other people would give me mean looks.
Do you know who's telling the truth?
My Omni tool can tell the Quarian doesn't have a chit on her. But she could have stashed it to recover later. You know what Quarians are like. And she's definitely a vagrant. I'll run her in and see what Bailey wants to do with her.
She's not a vagrant. She's on pilgrimage. It's a tradition in which...
Look, you can take your traditions and cram them. Every time a Quarian shows up here, it's trouble.
What a dick.
You say she stole your credit chit?
She must have. When I left the Citadel Foundation store, she ran right into me.
How does running India mean she stole your credit chip?
That's how pickpockets work. They bump into you and use that as a cover for rifling your pockets. You can't turn your back on these clanless Quarians. Thieves, all of them.
Quarians are only forced to steal when people like you won't let them have real jobs.
And to think my taxes pay to support you here. Go back to your fleet, clanless.
I am Clan Zora, crew of the starship Nima, and you are an idiot.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have him let it go. It's no point. There's no point at all.
It's not worth getting angry about.
My brain agrees with you. My gut says I should jack his suit's olfactory filter so that everything smells like refuse.
Remind me never to get on your bad side.
Are you sure you didn't leave your chit at the Citadel Foundation?
Of course not. You think I'd make a mistake like that?
Yeah.
I didn't even buy anything there. That chit stayed in my pocket.
I'll see if I can find out what happened.
Sir, this is a C-Sec matter. We'll do all we can to resolve this. We don't need civilian help. If you do happen to find the chit, please let one of our officers know.
Let's go.
Be careful out there.
Okay, so we're gonna deal with this side mission really quick before continuing on.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
The life support webbing's the only thing that's missing there.
Good day, citizen. Welcome to the Citadel Foundation outlet on Zakera Ward.
Avolis was in here not too long ago. Did he drop a credit chit?
And not that I saw. He didn't purchase anything.
Thanks for your time.
Come back soon, Shepard.
I'm
Alright.
Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Yep. Another 75,000 credits I have to waste on either one of these.
Ah, my favorite customer. What can I get you?
Avolis was in here not too long ago. Did he drop a credit chit?
Oh, yes. He bought some environmental system drivers, then left without his chit. I didn't notice he'd left until he was already gone. If you see him, tell him I have it here behind the counter.
Thanks for your time.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Alright.
You know what Quarians are like. They take anything not welded to the deck.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to calm down. Please move along.
You forgot your credit chit at Saronis Applications. The clerk is holding it for you.
Oh. Well. The Quarian could have stolen it.
I'll close this event report, but I'll be watching you. Get a permanent residence, or I'll run you in for favors.
Are you two serious?
What?
You falsely accused this girl of stealing from you. All you have to say now is that she could have stolen it?
Now just a minute.
And you? She gets harassed and insulted by this guy, and you throw in a threat to arrest her for vagrancy?
How about if I run you in for obstruction of justice?
You think you're gonna run in a Spectre? I think both of you should get out of here.
Son of a...
Thank you. I wish I could give you something more than words.
Can you take care of yourself from here?
I guess. I mean, most nights I eat nutrient paste in a Turian shelter, but I'm surviving.
Good luck, Leah Bael.
Thanks.
This looks like the place.
Look, it took me a long time to get this refund. It's a serious
Alright, well.
He said there'd be one waiting for me.
Do you have a service order?
Alright, so I haven't saved just yet, but we're gonna save just to be safe.
No, I got the
Fade? You're not quite how I imagined you.
Looks can be deceiving. So, which one of you wants to disappear?
I'd rather see you make someone reappear.
Ah. That's not the service we provide.
Make an exception. Just this once.
Damn it. Quick! Shoot them! Shoot them, you lumbering mountains!
Why don't you two find somewhere else to skulk?
Just like that? You're not getting paid for this. What's the point of hiring protection if they won't protect you?
Yeah. I didn't want to do the renegade option.
We're looking for someone. A client of yours.
Not mine. I'm not Thane. I just work for him. Sort of.
I knew it.
Well, then maybe you'd like to tell us where to find him.
Yes, of course. He's in the factory district. Works out of the old prefab foundry.
I know the place.
Oh, he's got a lot of mercs there. Blue Suns. Harkin thinks they're protecting him.
How the hell did Harkin end up being the Fade?
Well, he got fired from CSEC a while back. He used his knowledge of CSEC and their systems to help a few people disappear. Then he made himself disappear, and Thane was born, so to speak.
Interesting. But it changes nothing. We still need to find him before we can get to Sidonis.
Well, let's go pay Harkin a visit.
We'll need to go to the transit station. I can get us to him from there.
So I can go?
Sure, but if we don't find Harkin, we'll be back for you.
Oh, good.
Alright, so. Now we finished up that place, and now we just head to the factory district.
We just talked to him on the Wards Market. He sent me here. Come on, why do I need a service order?
Wards Market? Why would you come to a Zakara Ward warehouse?
Okay.
He said they were out of stock and I should go here. He didn't say it.
So, that's the same guy that was at the Wards Market back in Mass Effect 1, dealing with his issue. He is pretty consistent if you know where to find him. Alright, we're gonna keep our same squad and just keep going from there. We've already dealt with all that. Now, from what I understand, there are a few side missions where it doesn't really matter which squad member you take with you because it won't have any special dialogue. Garrus's mission is unfortunately one of them. So, Tali, unfortunately, is here for filler.
There he is.
Shepard? Don't just stand there. Stop them! Stop them! Run all you want, Harkin. We'll find you.
Weapons ready.
Alright.
Ready.
Fire in the hole! Change weapon.
Seriously? Why did you just stand there, Tali? You just let yourself get shot.
Nice shooting.
Tali, that was not helpful at all. Okay, so... I'm just going to adjust some things really quick.
Switch up. Understood.
Switch up.
Okay. And we should be all set to go from here. Anything else crazy? Nope. Alright. Let's use AI hacking for once.
There we go.
Subdue and suppress.
Nothing's faster than defeating a boss hog.
Ooh, don't want to get near those when my enemy shoots them.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Combat. Progress. On it.
I just realized I only have one medkit left. That was definitely from the collector ship mission. I had to use literally every single metagel and then pick up some just to make sure I didn't die. But that's one of the hardest missions that I've ever dealt with. This one, this loyalty mission, not as hard. Even on insanity mode, it's not that hard.
Hostile engaged. You got it. You got it.
Backup systems engaged.
Maybe not the best thing to do.
Attacking target.
There we go. Yeah, I kind of completely forgot that I didn't have a full set of metagel available. And unlike Mass Effect 1, where you can resupply your metagel with Dr. Chakwas, that is not the case anymore. Kind of has to make you really work for it, which I kind of like in this manner. Okay. All safe. One thing you do need to worry about if you ever get into a bind, if you happen to do a wall bypass like this and the enemies hit you, you might have to make a quick time decision as to whether to let go of something like 1,500 credits or dying and reloading the game all over again.
Harkin's in here somewhere. I can smell him.
target detected. Subdue and suppress.
Oh boy. I am exposed here. That's not good. Ooh, that was not... That was actually a little too close. Any more enemies that would have popped up and I would have been completely exposed and shot up to bits. Here we go.
Engaging hostiles.
Oh, hello.
Right.
Are you kidding me, Callie?
Concussive shot ready. Taking cover.
Nothing's faster than the box.
I'm on it.
Wow. Alright.
Firing a high impact shot. Enemies ahead.
Oh, wait. They have armor. I keep forgetting.
Attacking target.
I'll take them. Yes.
We'll take this one step at a time because I am imagining there might be a few more enemies left to deal with. Nope. Okay. Oh, crap. This was what I was exactly worried about. Ah! Oh, that was close. I got it, but I got attacked. Whew. That was exactly what I was worried about, but lucky for us, that worked out in our favor.
Got the target.
Hostile engaged.
Go get them, Chica.
Alright. That should be it now. We did miss something. Let's see, is there anything else I missed? Nope. A med kit. Of course I did. This is why it normally helps to double check your surroundings before you keep moving on. Because you never know when a med kit or some extra money might help you out in terms of getting what you want and saving your life. So, I think from this point there's going to be, it's going to take a long time before a save option is available. So we're going to make sure we save now, right after I get some extra stuff. And hack this laptop. Aha! Got it again. So, I've been doing this for a few videos now. If you press the exit button, and then you really quickly press the X and square button, you will be able to utilize this kind of useful tool. I call it a cheat. But you can essentially get double the amount of money. Just like I did here. It doesn't work every time, but it does help essentially get you more money to get more of the items you're looking for. So,
getting close.
Heads up!
Yep, here we go.
Right. One down.
Okay. We're gonna have to take this slow here, because if I remember correctly, there's going to be a mini-boss in this area. Oh, hello. Wow. Now, I'm gonna do my best not to revive them because there's only one enemy left right now. There we go. And we're still gonna take this pretty slow right now, because we still can't save, but I imagine there will be something waiting for me.
Heading to cover.
Grabbing cover.
You got it.
Weapons ready. Nothing.
Yep, there we go.
It's faster than the peak of a fall.
Okay. Yep, I knew it.
Target acquired.
There we go. Yeah. With this type of mission, you don't want to rush in too quickly, otherwise there will be an influx of enemies overrunning your position to expose you and, well, take you out. Okay, so there's a med kit there. There's a bunch of ammo over here. I think we're good now. Okay.
What the hell is Harkin up to?
Beats me. Alright, so... Forged IDs. Huh, there is a side mission to use for that. Let's see... Oops, excuse me. Alright, and I think we've gotten everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and save now.
So, Harkin's finally gone completely bad.
He was always a pain in the ass, but I'm in no mood for his games. If he doesn't cooperate, I'll beat him within an inch of his life.
You seem to be getting tense, Garrus.
Harkin may know why Sidonis wanted to disappear. If so, he knows why we're here, and I don't want him tipping Sidonis off. Did you see that?
I saw something.
He's getting ready for us.
What are you gonna do to Harkin if he won't cooperate?
He's a real criminal now, working for the Blue Suns. I should just shoot him on sight, but I need him alive, so I won't do any permanent damage. Just enough to loosen his tongue.
You don't need him hurt to get what you want.
Don't worry, Harkin's a coward. He'll talk long before I can really hurt him.
What do you think Harkin's got waiting for us in there?
Not sure. It looks like an industrial complex, heavy machinery. Could be anything. Something's in there. Probably more Blue Suns. Harkin's kind of trapped himself in a corner. He must have something in store for us.
What are you gonna do to Harkin?
He's a real criminal.
Ugh, come on.
I need him alive, so I won't do any.
Whatever it takes.
Exactly. I knew you'd understand.
You still planning to kill Sidonis when we find him?
That's the plan. It'll be quick and painless. Unlike everyone he betrayed, he'll be spared the agony of a slow death. It's more than he deserves, but as long as he's dead, I'll be satisfied.
Garrus, you really think killing Sidonis will make things right?
I know you don't like it, Shepard, but I have to do this.
Is there no other way?
Maybe, but this is personal. I'll pull the trigger and I'll live with the consequences. All I'm asking is that you help me find him.
Well, there's one way to find out.
Right behind you.
Okay. Alright. Let's keep going. once we deal with this hack, which does not have money.
We can use this.
Alright.
Shepard, I have patched into the warehouse scanners. The crates in the transport carriers overhead are rigged to explode when dropped.
Good to know.
Here we go.
I'll take the shot.
I'm here.
Affirmative.
Okay.
Why don't you just turn around?
No thanks, Arkin. Here we go. Our abilities are fully recharged.
Incoming.
Oh, come on.
Target acquired.
No.
I'm going.
No, don't go.
Shot. Affirmative.
Right.
Here we go.
Go for the optics. Go for the optics.
Concussive shot ready. I'll take the shot.
Whoa, that guy disappeared. Where'd he go? Oh, come on, Garrus.
On it.
Yes.
Sorry, man, I keep shooting at you.
I'm not running from you, Shepard.
So it would seem.
Harkin's going to regret this.
Hopefully there aren't any mechs as I deal with this. Come on. Come on, give me the right one. There we go. So yeah, if I die, I'll have to restart this point of this mission all over again. So I can't actually save here. Not yet, anyway. Alright, here we go. We're about to get ourselves started with the next mini-boss match. Harkin's right over there, but we don't need to worry about him. Not yet, anyway.
You got it.
Got it.
Oh, crap. Two heavy mechs. Incoming. Do you really?
Now this is the point where I might decide to actually use the medkits. That clearly did not work. Where'd Tally go? Why are you over there? Guys! I had you set up to take yourselves in cover. This might not seem like a really good thing right now, but it's fine. Come on. As long as you're in cover behind these Ymir mechs and kill at least one of them, you should have an easy time to take them out, even if your squad mates are incapacitated. And as long as they don't shoot your health really quickly. Alright, there we go. It took nearly, well, I guess I could have gone and gotten that, but oh well. We should still be fine. Lucky for me, I still have enough weapons. But now comes the next big part. The Blue Suns. Let's see. Nothing else crazy over here. I don't think.
Hostile. Spotted. Our little player.
This should slow him down. I'm on it. Shield to fail. I'll take the shot.
Where'd he go? Okay. Now we have finally dealt with that.
You were close, but not close enough.
So, Fade. Couldn't make yourself disappear, huh?
Come on, Garrus. We can work this out. What do you need?
I'm looking for someone.
Well, I guess we both have something the other one wants.
We're not here to ask favors, Harkin.
You don't say.
You helped a friend of mine disappear. I need to find him.
I might need a little more information than that.
His name was Sidonis. Turian came from the...
I know who he is, and I'm not telling you squat.
Harkin, this doesn't have to be hard.
Screw you. I don't give out client information. It's bad for business.
You know what else is bad for business? A broken neck.
All right. Get off me! Terminus really changed you, huh, Garrus?
No, but Sidonis opened my eyes. Now arrange a meeting.
Going. Yeah, it's me. There's a chance your identity may be compromised. That's why I'm calling. I'm sending an agent. Where do you want to meet? All right, he'll be there. Don't worry, I got it covered. It's all good. He wants to meet you in front of Orbital Lounge, middle of the day. So, if our business is done, I'll be going.
I don't think so. You're a criminal now, Harkin.
So what? You're just gonna kill me? That's not your style, Garrus.
Kill you? No. But I don't mind slowing you down a little.
You don't need to shoot him. He won't be able to hide from C-Sec now.
I guess it's your lucky day.
Yeah, I hope we could do this again real soon.
I didn't shoot him.
Come on, let's move.
Sidonis better be there, or I'm coming back to finish the job.
Yeah, so there was special dialogue available in case you didn't actually do Mass Effect 1. Huh. Trophy earned for Garrus' loyalty mission, but we haven't completed it yet. Interesting.
Harkin's a bloody menace. We shouldn't have just let him go. He deserved to be punished.
I'm getting a little worried about you, Garrus. We're pretty hard on Harkin.
You don't think he deserved it?
It's just not like you.
What do you want from me, Shepard? What would you do if someone betrayed you?
I'm not sure, but I wouldn't let it change me.
I would have said the same thing before it happened to me.
It's not too late. You don't have to go through with this.
Who's going to bring Sidonis to justice if I don't? Nobody else knows what he's done. Nobody else cares. I don't see any other options.
Let me talk to him.
Talk all you want, but it won't change my mind. I don't care what his reasons were. He screwed us. He deserves to die.
I understand what you're going through, but do you really want to kill him?
I appreciate your concern, but I'm not you.
This isn't you either.
Really? I've always hated injustice. The thought that Sidonis could get away with this? Why should he go on living while 10 good men lie in unmarked graves? I'm sorry, Shepard. Words aren't going to solve this problem. I need to set up. I can get a clear shot from over there.
What do you need me to do?
Keep him talking and don't get in my way. I'll let you know when he's in my sights. Give me a signal so I know you're ready, and I'll take the shot. You better go. He'll be here soon. Shepard, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. There he is. Wave him over and keep him talking.
Let's get this over with.
You're in my shot. Move to the side.
So yeah, Renegade, Paragon.
Listen, Sidonis, I'm here to help you.
Don't ever say that name aloud.
I'm a friend of Garrus. He wants you dead, but I'm hoping that's not necessary.
Garrus, is this some kind of joke?
Damn it, Shepard. If he moves, I'm taking the shot.
You're not kidding, are you? Screw this. I'm not sticking around here to find out. Tell Garrus I had my own problems.
Don't move.
Get off me!
I'm the only thing standing between you and a hole in the head.
Fuck. Look, I didn't want to do it. I didn't have a choice.
Everyone has a choice.
They got to me. Said they'd kill me if I didn't help. What was I supposed to do?
Let me take the shot, Shepard. He's a damn coward.
That's it? You were just trying to save yourself?
I know what I did. I know they died because of me. I have to live with that. I wake up every night, sick, sweating. Each of their faces staring at me, accusing me. I'm already a dead man. I don't sleep. Food has no taste. Some days, I just want it to be over.
Just give me the chance.
You've got to let it go, Garrus. He's already paying for his crime.
He hasn't paid enough. He still has his life.
Look at him, Garrus. He's not alive. There's nothing left to kill.
My men, they deserved better.
Tell Garrus... I guess there's nothing I can say to make it right.
Just... go. Tell him to go.
He's giving you a second chance, Sidonis. Don't waste it.
I'll try, Garrus. I'll make it up to you somehow. Thank you for talking to him.
I know you want to talk about this, but I don't. Not yet.
I know it didn't go the way you planned, but I think it's for the best.
I'm not so sure.
Give it time.
Yeah. Maybe that'll be enough. I want to know I did the right thing, not just for me. For my men. They deserve to be avenged. But when Sidonis was in my sights, I just couldn't do it.
The lines between good and evil blur when we're looking at people we know.
Yeah, there was still good in him. I could see it. So much easier to see the world in black and white. Gray. I don't know what to do with gray.
You've got to go with your instincts.
My instincts are what got me into this mess.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
Thanks, Shepard. For everything. Let's get going. I need some distance from this place.
I'm with you.
Alright, so we gained 750 experience, but not to level 20 just yet. And we have gotten Garrus' new outfit and his loyalty. And we pretty much did that in an hour. Here's to hoping that Thane's loyalty mission can go just as quickly. So, funny thing about Sidonis, we never actually see Sidonis in Mass Effect 3, nor do we hear any mention of Sidonis afterwards. I always found that a little strange. So, one thing I am going to do, since we're going to now incorporate Thane's loyalty mission, is to bring Thane with us. I'll bring his original outfit. And I'll bring Tally. There is some unique dialogue when you go and bring Tally or Garrus into Thane's loyalty mission, but we're gonna bring Tally just for the sake of this. Now, this is the first time I'm using Thane here. And I'm going to... Let's see. Heavy warp or unstable warp. Either one of these works really well. It's just the radius is probably a little better. Let's go with heavy warp. And then let's finish up with Drell Assassin. And I'll go with more health and weapon damage. And Shredder ammo, it's like... it's the least useful ammo type that you can use because it just takes out health. That's it. I don't like using Shredder ammo. I think it's a waste, personally. Alright.
According to CSEC reports, Harkin was taken into custody, and charges are pending. Also, according to CSEC, a Drell recently passed through customs. The CSEC office may have more information.
You'll have to wait for the next shuttle.
You made me miss the last one.
You needed to go through security.
Why are you treating me like a criminal?
Because you tried to bring a 15-centimeter serrated blade on a public shuttle.
You humans are all racist.
Believe it or not, that's actually Dave Fenoy speaking as that Turian over there. And we did miss the first conversation of that the first time we were on the Citadel, so... oops.
You'd think Citadel security would be the tightest in the galaxy. I see no fewer than 14 fatal flaws a skilled assassin could exploit. 8 of them existed when I was here 10 years ago.
Alright, so, let's talk to Captain Bailey about Thane's son. We don't need to deal with that, or that.
My associate is trying to find his son. We think a local criminal may have hired him.
That should be easy. We don't see many Drell here. There we go. One of my men reported a Drell recently. And he was talking to Mouse. Interesting.
Mouse?
Ah, petty criminal. Probably not the guy who hired your boy, but a messenger. He's a former duct rat. Runs errands for anyone who'll pay.
What sort of trouble has Mouse been getting himself into?
Odd jobs for shifty people. Duct rats take whatever is available to get by. Data running, fencing stolen goods, selling illegal VI personalities. Actually, he was selling one of you.
Me?
Yeah, when you erased a file, it would say, I delete data like you on the way to real errors.
That's pretty extreme, Shepard.
Laugh it up, Tally.
Buggy, though. It crashed every half hour. The error message was about how the galaxy was at stake, and you should fix the problem yourself.
Funny how Shepard disappears at that specific instance.
What was it you called Mouse?
A duct rat. It's a local slang for the poor kids who grow up in the station. When they're small, they tend to play in the ventilation ducts where adults can't get to them.
Aren't the ducts dangerous?
Every couple of months, we pull a little body out of them. Lacerated by fan blades, broken by a deadfall, suffocated by vacuum exposure. Those are just the ones we know about. More just disappear. Maybe they get sucked into space. Maybe they fall into the protein vats the keepers run. Mouse survived long enough that he can't fit in the ducts anymore. He was one of the smarter ones, or the luckier ones.
I've heard enough.
Mouse is usually upstairs outside the Dark Star. He works out of a public comm terminal. You should pick up a copy of the Shepard VI when you talk to him. It sounds like your boy's running with the wrong crowd.
Yes, I agree.
If Mouse can't get you in touch with your son directly, he'll know who can. I'll help you if you need it.
You don't know us, Captain. Why are you going so far to help us?
I've worked Zakera for 2 years. Every day kids turn to crime because they've got no other choice, because their parents don't care. You're trying to save yours.
He faces a dark path.
We better hurry then.
You didn't tell him that Kolyat plans to assassinate someone.
He's a cop. He tried to stop Kolyat and one of them could end up dead. I don't want that.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Shepard.
Okay. So, we did miss out on this news report by...
Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. CSEC is reporting the arrest of one Lantar Sidonis after a dramatic confession. According to eyewitness reports, Sidonis walked into a CSEC kiosk and confessed to the murder of 10 people on Omega. CSEC is reviewing the case, as Omega is beyond the scope of Council authority. Executor Chelek maintains it is impossible to extradite Sidonis for his crimes, since Omega has no government.
I didn't even get to hear that before in the original.
Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. Horizon has become the latest and largest human-settled world to disappear in the wave of lost colonies. As before in such cases, the human representative to the Council has requested an official investigation. This was rejected by a 3-to-4 vote in session. The Council maintains the matter is an internal alliance issue. Councilor Valor noted, having a seat on the Council implies a species can handle its own problems and assist others with theirs. Alliance Councilor Anderson agreed, but requested increased access to the Council's space tracking network.
You know what? That just reminded me I need to talk to Counselor Anderson again to talk about Caden on Horizon.
Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. The corpse of Denaria Claris, the sanitation worker reported missing from Kithoy Ward, has been found. CSEC has issued a statement that foul play is suspected in Claris's death. The investigation is ongoing. Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. Despite harsh criticism from the interstellar community, the Batarian hegemony has refused to stop production of their new orbital mirror system. The quick-deploying arrays can be used for terraforming, but observers fear they could be corrupted for use as weapons of mass destruction. The Citadel Council has dispatched a crisis team of mediators to the Batarian homeworld of Karshan. Meanwhile, anonymous sources with the Council administration suggest that a Spectre has been deployed to hegemony space.
Funny how Emily Wong doesn't actually speak in this, but they've done that voiceover for her. I guess they didn't feel like doing the work for something so little as this news report specifically on the Citadel.
Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. A Solarian survey ship, the Callan High, has been officially declared overdue after 3 weeks without contact.
Oh, there we go.
At this time, it is unclear whether the Callan High was attacked or suffered an accident. Turian and Alliance frigates are coordinating a search. Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. The Alliance Diligence tour of the Anakin Traverse continues today with a brief port of call at the young Alliance colony on the planet Chazka. Chazka's pioneer colonization team was massacred by the Geth 2 years ago. With the assistance of Asari investment, the colonization program is back on schedule and accepting applicants.
If I remember correctly, Chazka was part of the Geth Incursion side mission in Mass Effect 1.
Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. CSEC is reporting the arrest of
Okay.
Lantar Sidonis after a dramatic confession. According to eyewitness reports, Sidonis walked into a CSEC kiosk and confessed.
I guess it would have been a cool idea to have gone through Emily Wong the first time, but oh well. It happens.
Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Ah, interesting. So the Ilium Scaldfish were the first set of fish that I managed to not feed, so to speak. I'm gonna hold off on the fish because I do not know if I'm gonna consistently have 2 loyalty missions screw me over for killing my fish. So
Maybe a fish then?
What? Why? It's a fish. Fish have nothing to do with the Citadel. Besides, it'll be dead in a couple of years.
The important thing is to embrace the time that you have to spend with a fish.
No, is this the lifespan talk? I'm not having the lifespan talk.
Alright, so I think there's nothing else to look into in terms of side missions. We do have those forged IDs, but I'm trying to remember where exactly we need to find them.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
What can I do for you?
No.
Just looking
Okay.
around.
All right. I'm here if you change your mind.
Oh, yes. And then we've got all of this. I'm gonna hold off on all of this for the moment. As much as I hate the idea, I still want to deal with the Garrus's store that has $75,000 worth of 2 items. I want to get the more expensive thing done first. So we'll get to that point. But first...
Yeah, I can get that. No problem. Well, okay, that might be more difficult. No, it's fine. I got some Quarians who can strip the copy protection. Just cost more. Yeah, I got the package. It'll be there. Don't worry. I'll deliver it myself. That won't happen. You can count on me. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, You won't be disappointed. Well, I just need a bit more time. It's not my fault. Nobody told me the package was in 2 parts. Yeah, I know. I'll get it, don't worry. End of day, no later. You can count on it. I understand. That won't be necessary. I'll throw in a copy of the Shepard VI. Hey, Wallace worked real hard on that. Yeah, sure. I can get you 2 cases by the end of the day.
You mouse?
What are you... Oh, shit. Krios. I thought you were tired. Commander Shepard? I thought you died. What do you want with me?
Be still, Mouse. You can change your pants in a moment.
How do you know Thane?
Krios? He didn't... If he didn't say nothing, I ain't either.
When we heard the name, I didn't think it could be the same Mouse. He was a contact on the Citadel when I was active. He and some other children would gather information on my targets.
You put children in danger to spy for you?
Children, the poor. My people's word for their kind is Stralafa, the ignored. They're everywhere, see everything. Yet they are never seen. You gave another Drell instructions for an assassination. Who's the target?
I don't know. I didn't ask. As the people I work for, they can make me disappear. I'd like to help you, Krios. You always done right by us, but I ain't gonna die for you.
So yeah, I'm 95% Paragon, 5% Renegade. I want to do Paragon more.
Look, you know Thane. He wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. Do it for him.
I want to. He was always nice to us. But these people ain't nice, Krios.
Nobody's gonna know you talk to us.
Mouse, I swear that you won't be named.
All right. He came with that hollow you took of me. Said he wanted a job. I ran through your old contacts to see who might give him a shot. The guy who offered was Elias Kellum.
One other thing. That Shepard VI you're selling?
Oh shit, you heard... Look, you were dead. It was totally legal to make a VI of you.
Give me a copy, we'll call it even.
What? I mean, sure, yeah, absolutely. Sorry about the whole... Just so you know, there's 3 Volus who are patching it all the time.
Tell me about Kellum.
Human. Moved to the Citadel about 10 years ago. He was little people when you were here, Krios. He got big after the Geth attack. Lots of the big guys from before got cacked, all in the big fancy apartments up on the Presidium. Now he runs the rackets on the lower end of the ward. Shin Akiba. He's seriously bad news.
You did good, Mouse.
Yeah. Hope I live long enough to pat myself on the back.
Kellum will never know.
I hope not. I'm out of here, Krios. Next time you're in town, just don't bring the family.
That couldn't have been easy.
Mouse knew more about my life than Kolyat ever did. He smiles up at me, broken teeth and scabby knees, bare feet black, a dead-end future looking up at me, worshipping the petty gifts I offer. I was the only good thing he had back then, but I left him as I left Kolyat.
Mouse said you had a hollow of him.
Yes. A foolish bit of sentimentality. I can perfectly recall every moment I spent with Mouse. He pulls at my arm, smiles. He wants to know that I'll remember him, that anyone will remember him. I take the hollow. He smiles at himself in miniature on my palm. Then a frown crinkles his brow. He pats my pockets, checking for other hollows. Where's your son, Krios, he asks.
Don't blame yourself.
If I don't, who will? We must carry the weight of our decisions, Shepard. You, of all people, know this.
Let's head back to Bailey.
Okay. So, at this point...
Alliance Corsair. The battles are pretty realistic, but it's still fun. And you can install it on an
Alright. So at this point, the next big thing that we'll have to do is at least get some really expensive stuff. And then we'll head back to Bailey. I also want to figure out if I can find the forged IDs. They should be right here, actually. But we may be dealing with going and dealing with that during the side missions that I have yet to do literally at all. So I've done a bunch of recruitment missions as well as, well, up to this amount of loyalty missions, and I'm going to keep continuing to do that until I hit just one side mission left, and then I'll go through all of the side missions available.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Okay, so it's either tech damage or damage protection. I'm going to deal with damage protection in this case. And that should pretty much do it, I think. I might not be coming back here for a while, though. Well, I might as well buy some other stuff while I'm here. Sorry if this might take a little bit, but... let's see. There's nothing there. The fish are here.
Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. Horizon has become
Yeah. Okay, so there's literally nothing new with Emily Wong. Okay. I think we're pretty much good at this point. Normally I wouldn't do a back and forth motion like this, but...
This is my favorite store on the Citadel.
let's see. We have enough to buy all of this, and I think I'm going to. So, we'll buy the Incisor sniper rifle, the offhand ammo pack, the Aegis vest, the sentry interface, and the Umbra visor. And that should be enough. We'll probably mix and match these items and more in future missions. Side missions especially. Trying to remember if... I don't think I dealt with Tally's special dialogue, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. Alright, so at this point here, I'm going to actually create 2 saves. Because I actually like this specific mission in Thane from here on in.
Yes?
Can we talk about my associate's son?
You talked to Mouse? Did you get the name of the guy he's working with?
Elias Keller.
Kellum? Shit. Look, this is awkward. Kellum and I have an agreement. He doesn't cause too much trouble and buys tickets to the C-Sec charity ball from me. In return, I ignore him.
Oops.
He pays you off. You were eager to help us before. What about now? Is it too inconvenient?
I said I'd help. It's just there'll be repercussions if I don't handle it right. He and I give each other space. It keeps the peace. I'll get some of my people to bring him in and set him up in a private room. You can interrogate him yourself. I'll stay out of sight, and if I'm lucky, Kellum will believe that I had nothing to do with it.
Alright. Let's do it.
Bring him in. We might not have much time.
I'll make it happen. Wait here.
We've got Kellum. Tell Bailey we're ready.
He'll expect me to get him out of this.
Not today, I think.
Captain, his lawyer's here. Bet Elias has his VI set to page him if C-Sec gets within 10 meters.
I'll stall him. Get in there and work fast.
We should question him together. Keep the pressure on. Thoughts on how we approach it?
I'll have him be the good cop.
You talk to him. Appeal to his self-interest. I'll put the screws to him if he needs it.
Very well. I'll pretend to be on his side. But if we waste too much time negotiating, Bailey won't be able to stall Kellum's advocate.
Get me out of these restraints, Bailey. Pretty funny bringing me down here like this. The hell are you two?
Yeah, so we can't actually do this, so we're gonna have to do this.
Bailey has nothing to do with this. We just want a few answers. Off the record.
Off the record in a C-Sec interrogation room? Sure.
You hired an assassin. Who do you want dead?
I want to see my advocate.
Your advocate hasn't arrived. We're trying to find him.
I'm not saying a damn word until he's here. You two are in way over your heads. Bailey won't let you touch me.
Bailey doesn't know you're here, but he will, after we're done.
This is off the record. No criminal charges will be brought against you.
What are you, frog boy? His little sidekick? What, kid? You gonna bore me into confessing? You ain't shit. Come on, hit me. I dare you. No, huh? Didn't think you had the balls.
Think carefully, Elias. I want to catch the assassin, not you. Why stick your neck out for him?
You want me to confess to putting a contract on someone? You think I'm stupid?
I get the name, I walk out. You never see me again.
I got no reason to believe you.
You don't have a reason to disbelieve either. We're running out of time. Bailey can't stall his advocate for long.
Are we done here? Because I got people to see. Goddamn waste of my time.
So, funny thing is that there's that quick renegade option that would have essentially completed this mission, this part of this conversation easily, or you could punch him. There's more renegade options than there are paragon options, so...
How about this? You tell us the target, and...
I said get out of my way, Bailey. You have no right to... What the hell is going on in here? Step away from my client. Is that... Do you have him tied to the chair?
Glad you could make it, Freddy.
Traffic was bad. You'll need a shovel the size of the Citadel to dig yourself out of this.
This is all above board. I'm a council specter.
Shit.
What? What's that mean, Freddy?
Spectres can do whatever they want, Elias. I can't help you.
Shit.
If it was you I wanted, I could kill you and go. I want the assassin. Tell me who the target is, and I'll leave.
Damn it. Joram Talid. He's a Turian, running for a tentative Zakira ward.
Where can we find him?
His apartment's in the 800 blocks.
Let's go.
Well, that was the best Paragon way to get out of that.
What's the story? Why'd Kellum hire the boy?
Assassination. A Turian named Joram Talid. You know him?
Joram? Yeah. You might have seen his posters around. He's promising to end organized crime on the ward. Thing is, his message is all mixed up in race politics. He's anti-human.
Are things so bad that people can openly campaign as anti-human?
Before the Battle of the Citadel, the alien population thought we were violent upstarts. Look what's happened since then. A human fleet guarding the station for months. C-Sec filled with humans. Anderson does what he can, but some people have lived on the station since before humans had starships. They see it as a coup.
If a majority votes for him, like it or not, that's how the system works.
That's a nice ideal, Shepard. Sergeant, get a patrol car. These two need to get to the 800 blocks.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so Thane's loyalty mission is one of the few loyalty missions where you could fail this mission and not be able to gain his loyalty. But we're going to make sure that doesn't happen.
There he is. How do you want to play this?
Follow the lead on the maintenance catwalks. Tell me what he's doing. The Krogan bodyguard will make him easy to follow.
Wait, was that Rex?
Where will you be?
The darkest corner with the best view. I'm on Kira, Lord of Hunters. Grant that my hands be steady, my aim be true, and my feet swift. And should the worst come to pass, grant me forgiveness.
That's the C-Sec officer.
It's been wonderful talking with you all. I hope you'll come out on election day.
You can count on it.
Show the humans they won't get their way.
Alright, so at this point I am going to save this.
Thanks. Just remember, it's not all about the humans. They couldn't have gained this much power without the Council's support. Taking back our ward is only the first step. We must remove the cowards and appeasers on the Council. This doesn't stop here. I won't rest until the humans have been removed from power. Other races wait patiently for hundreds or thousands of years to earn an embassy. To the humans, no! They win one battle and think they're owed a council seat. My people won a Krogan war before we asked for that honor. That's not how we do things. We respect tradition. Humans think anything 10 years old is obsolete. Worthless. How can they contribute to a 2,000-year-old government? Have we seen anything good since the humans moved into Zakira ward?
I like their food.
I'll have to take your word for that. I can't eat human food. But let's be serious. Since the Shinakiba Enclave opened, crime has increased. Incidents of racial tension are up 24%, despite 116 new C-Sec officers assigned to the ward. Of course, most of those officers aren't Turians, or Solarians, or Asari. They're humans who turn a blind eye to the crimes of other humans. That corruption goes all the way to the top. Don't think a human with a C-Sec captain's badge is any less a crook than the thugs he deals with. It's been wonderful talking with you all. I hope you'll come out on election day.
You can count.
I'm on him, Thane. He's talking to some voters.
Understood.
You're in position?
Yes.
It's been wonderful talking with you all. I hope you'll come out on election day.
Alright.
I'm following.
So this is one of the few side missions where, or I'm sorry, loyalty missions where literally you don't have to fight.
Have you got him?
I'm just gonna double check something.
Looks like he's talking to another voter.
Any sign of Kolyat?
No.
I'm moving to another position. Ahead of him.
It's been wonderful talking with you all. I hope you'll come out on election day.
I'm gonna mix things up a little bit.
No problem so far.
There's Joram.
Do you have the target?
Yes, I do.
I've got him.
Target in sight. Can you give me an update? I'm almost in position. He's letting the bodyguard do all the work. That lets him deny involvement.
Just double checking if there happens to be anything I can pick up. So far, not. They've definitely infested this area with a lot more keepers.
I see him.
Oh, and now they're running.
I'm following.
There he is.
Stay close, Shepard.
Yeah, sorry.
No problem so far.
Alright.
What's he doing? I don't have a good angle. What's he doing?
One of his guards is talking to the bartender. Looks like a shakedown.
I'm relocating to stay with him. I need you to stay close or we'll lose him.
I'm working on it. Hang on.
Stay on him, Shepard.
There we go.
Target in sight. Where is he now?
He's meeting a couple of mercenaries. Looks like the same group his bodyguard comes from.
He looks nervous. Could be he's noticed you.
Maybe he saw Kolyat in here somewhere.
Also a possibility. There are obstructions ahead. I'll try to go around. Don't lose him.
You're running for office. Lots of people watch you. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing back here?
I'm with the Citadel Health and Safety. We've had vermin reports in storage areas around here.
What? You can't be serious. How did you get in here?
If I didn't have authorization, how did I get in? You see any other doors?
There's the keeper. Never mind. Just go on through, okay?
Thanks.
Yeah. Just don't let my boss see it.
Funny thing how that looks like mouse. Come on.
I'm following.
There we go. Slightly tense there. But that's Kylesk8r24. He's voiced by the same guy who voices Raiden in Metal Gear Solid.
Kolyat!
Thane!
I saw.
He's heading to Khalid's apartment.
Kolyat.
This is a joke. Now you show up.
Help me, Drell. I'll do whatever you want.
C-Sec, put the gun down, son.
Get out of my way. I'm walking out. He's coming with me.
They'll have snipers outside.
I don't need orders. What the hell?
Khalid, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I will.
take the boy into custody.
You son of a bitch!
Your father doesn't have much time left, Kylesk. He's trying to make up for his mistakes.
What? So you came to get my forgiveness? So you could die in peace or something?
I came to grant you peace. You're angry because I wasn't there when your mother died.
You weren't there when she was alive. Why should you be there when she died?
Your mother. They killed her to get to me. It was my fault.
What?
After her body was given to the Deep, I went to find them. The Triggermen, the ringleaders. I hurt them, eventually killed them. When I went back to see you, you were older. I should have stayed with you.
I guess it's too bad for me you waited so long, huh?
Kylesk, I've taken many bad things out of the world. You're the only good thing I ever added to it.
This isn't a conversation you should have in front of strangers. Boys, take Kylesk and his father back to the precinct. Give them a room and as much time as they need.
I'm surprised you're letting him do that.
You think he's the only man who ever screwed up raising a son? I have to get back to the precinct. Come on, I'll give you a lift.
Okay. And now we have dealt with another trophy earned, Cats in the Cradle. You probably have seen some black squares already on the top left side. Unfortunately, that's how it looks when you get an achievement on the PS4 via Twitch. So yeah, there are a number of scenarios, various scenarios that could have gone with mainly two different outcomes. One being you stop Kylesk, the other being you don't stop Kylesk.
They've been in there a while.
The kid's been through a lot. I ran some searches in the CSEC archive. About 10 years back, a bunch of real bad people were killed. Like someone was cleaning house. The prime suspect was a Drell. We never caught him.
10 years is a long time. Whoever was responsible for that probably doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
How'd it go?
Our problems they aren't something I can fix with a few words. We'll keep talking, see what happens.
Your boy shot some people. No one I feel sympathy for, but there it is.
I watched those guys shaking down businesses and threatening humans.
But he can't just get away with it.
The kid wants to make a difference. Give him community service.
Community service for attempted murder? What jury would agree to that?
None that I've seen. This would need to stay out of the judiciary. Strictly within CSEC.
Interesting. I'll think about it.
Thank you, Captain.
Alright. Well, that pretty much does it for the Citadel, or at least the wards. I'm going to really quickly talk to Anderson, though. And then we should be done from there. So yeah, relatively painless, more or less.
Something I can do for you, Shepard?
Kylesk was on Horizon. He said he was looking into Cerberus.
I know. I approved the mission. We had to find out if they were behind the missing colonists. I couldn't tell anyone without compromising the investigation. I'm sorry.
I thought we were friends. Never expected you to go behind my back.
We didn't know about you at the time. And I wouldn't have told you if I did. What if the elusive man was manipulating you, lying to you? The report actually confirmed your story. I still don't trust Cerberus. But they were right about the collectors abducting the colonists. Unfortunately, Alenko didn't find anything to convince the Council that the Reapers are behind this. Or even that they exist.
That was pretty much it.
I better go.
My door is always open.
Ah, here we go.
This is near where we first met, Shepard. Fist and his men seemed so dangerous. We've come a long way. Don't know if that's a good thing, but it's definitely more interesting.
Indeed. Alright. So, let's really quickly go about... nothing too crazy. Okay. Alright. Now we can finally head back to the Normandy, talk to my crew, talk to my squad. And then we just keep moving forward from there. Alright. So let's save, just in case.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal. I noticed the fish tank up in your cabin. If you'd like, I could feed your fish while you're away.
I'd appreciate that, Kelly.
It's my pleasure. Anyway, what's up?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Good luck out there, Shepard.
Ah, here we go, Tombs. This is the person that, if you had the Soul Survivor War story, you would know that you, in that story, you were supposedly the only survivor in a Akuz out of your entire squad that got killed by a Thresher Maw. But Tombs got captured by Cerberus. You managed to find him and not kill the Cerberus scientist. So this is Corporal Tombs actually realizing that Shepard's with Cerberus. So yeah.
Commander.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
Weird.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Yes, Shepard.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
How are you getting along with Joker?
Mr. Moreau does not trust me.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an
aim. You out, Shepard.
Alright. Yeah, just had to double check. You never know. Okay, so Jacob's loyalty mission I haven't done yet. Morden's I have. Let's check the research terminal. Got a lot of good things to get. None of the ship enhancements, which is fine. Alright. We'll deal with all this. Nope. Okay. Pretty much spent all our resources. That's fine, though.
Shepard, how can I help?
Are there any medical concerns?
Cerberus, always some matters, but nothing.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Actually, wanted to talk. Medical matters. Aware that mission is dangerous. Different species react differently to stress. Aware you come by a great deal. Have had other species become attracted to me before. Awkward. Not interested.
So, I'm assuming that with this specific conversation, it's because of Liara as my actual first romance, not Kelly.
Wait a minute, Warden. You're just yanking me around, aren't you?
Shocking suggestion. Doctor-patient confidentiality, a sacred trust. Would never dream of mockery. Enjoy yourself while possible, Shepard. We'll be here studying cell reproduction. Much simpler, less alcohol and mood music required.
What's this area of the ship?
I already know that area of the ship. Well, unless you... Well, it's a good thing you fed my fish. Alright. So we got quite a few new things to get. And we've got all this armor, but I'm not going to use it just yet. I'll use the sentry interface. That should do it. Alright, now we can talk to Garrus and Thane a little more. Now, Garrus and Thane are technically female romance options, but we won't have to worry about that in this case.
I was just thinking about you. I'm glad to hear Thane and his son are back in touch. It'll be hard, but I think they'll be fine. Joker and Edie are like an old married couple. I keep expecting to walk in on them bickering about the temperature in the cockpit.
Alright. Here we go.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Certainly.
If you don't mind my saying, you don't really seem like an assassin.
You've spent too much time fighting thugs who think custom-painted armor makes them professionals. The Hanar trained my body for this role since I was 6 years old.
You've been killing since you were 6?
Of course not. I didn't make my first kill until I was 12. They were training me. I was not to be used and thrown away. I was an investment.
You were a child, not an investment.
I've given you the wrong idea. They valued me, yes, as a resource, but also as a person. They regretted their need for me.
The Hanar? Excessively polite, worship the Protheans? They don't seem the type who'd train assassins.
Every species trains assassins. The Hanar are only unusual in that they need other species to do the killing for them. They have a strong grip and natural toxins, but have you ever seen one move quickly outside of water? Or fire a gun?
Maybe Blasto, but that's fictional.
Why did your parents agree to this?
The agreement was made under the Compact. It was an honor for our family.
The Compact?
We live on the Hanar homeworld because they rescued us. Some of us from extinction. We owe them our lives. That is the Compact.
What exactly are the terms of the Compact?
There are many things the Hanar can't do, even with mechanical aid. They ask Drell to assist them.
This can't be legal. They made your whole race into slaves.
Don't insult me, Shepard. Anyone can refuse to serve. Few do. We owe our existence to the Hanar. We are proud to repay the debt.
The way you describe it, the Hanar sound like weaklings.
Out here, they are. But if you could see them in the encompassing, the oceans of Kaje, you would see them differently. A stream of silver in the dark, looping, diving. So fast the eye can't follow. Laughter like the squeals of a child vibrates the water. They fly over the black of the seabed like birds, plumed with the light of heaven.
Funny how we never see the Hanar in that form.
Why was your race going extinct?
Overpopulation. That must sound trite to you. Humans developed mass effect drive before the problem became acute. Our homeworld, Rakana, had few resources. We hadn't even developed fusion power when the soil began to fail from overuse and pollution. The Hanar found us a century ago. They sent hundreds of ships, evacuated thousands of us. Billions more had to be left behind.
What's the state of Rakana now?
Do you read your philosophers? a man named Thomas Hobbes. When all the world is overcharged with inhabitants, and the last remedy of all is war, which provideth for every man by victory or death. As Rakona died around them, my people slaughtered each other for mouthfuls of water, crumbs of food.
But you don't kill for the Hanar anymore. You're freelance. What changed?
I was asleep for a long time, yes. I paid no attention to what my body was asked to do, but then... laser dot trembles on the skull. One finger twitch. He dies. Then the smell of spice on the spring wind. Sunset-colored eyes defiant in the scope. The laser dances away. My apologies. Drell slip into memory so easily.
Was that one of your assassinations?
Yes. Perhaps we can discuss it later. I've wasted too much of your time.
Let's see. We finished up the crew quarters conversation, so... and we've already talked to Samara, so... I'm not going to deal with that. Unfortunately, there's no way we can heal our scars quickly enough because we don't have the resources yet. We can't talk to Miranda because the next time we talk to her, it would become a commitment to her romance, which I don't want to do just yet.
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Sure, just killing time anyway. I wanted to thank you again for your help with Sidonis. Whatever happens with the Collectors or the Reapers or whoever else comes after us, I know you'll get the job done.
You actually think we'll find something worse than Collectors or Reapers?
I like to expect the worst. There's a small chance I'll be pleasantly surprised.
I couldn't do this without you, Garrus.
Sure you could. Not as stylishly, of course. It's strange going into a suicide mission on a human ship. People don't prepare for high-risk operations the way Turians do.
So, this specific conversation, if you were a female Shepard, would be the one where you could be able to do a romance with Garrus. So, it does take a little bit of maneuvering, but this would be the only time you would be able to try to get Garrus as a starting romance option.
I thought you'd be used to high-risk operations on human ships. I mean, think about tracking Sarah into Ilos.
Sure, but that was quick. We raced out, landed, blew up some Geth, and saved the galaxy. This time we've got Miranda and Cerberus and that AI all telling us what we're up against. I think I preferred blind optimism.
Honestly, Garrus, what do you think our chances are?
Honestly? The Collectors killed you once, and all they did is piss you off. I can't imagine they'll stop you this time. But an unmapped area, advanced technology, and the Collectors. We're going to lose people. No way around that. Not a heavy analysis, I know. Don't worry. I won't spread it around. And I'm with you regardless.
Do you ever regret leaving C-Sec or the Turian military?
Not for a minute. When it comes down to it, Shepard, I don't think I'm a very good Turian. When a good Turian hears a bad order, he follows it. He might complain, but he knows his place. I just don't see the point in staying quiet and polite. Not when the galaxy is at stake.
How do Turian crews get ready for high-risk missions?
With violence, usually. Turian ships have more operational discipline than your alliance, but fewer personal restrictions. Our commanders run us tight, and they know we need to blow off steam. Turian ships have training rooms for exercise, combat sims, even full-contact sparring. Whatever lets people work off stress.
You mean Turian ships have crewmen fighting each other before a mission?
It's supervised, of course. Nobody's going to risk an injury that interferes with the mission, and it's a good way to settle grudges amicably. I remember right before one mission, we were about to hit a Batarian pirate squad. Very risky. This recon scout and I had been at each other's throats. Nerves, mostly. She suggested we settle it in the ring.
I assume you took her down gently?
Actually, she and I were the top-ranked hand-to-hand specialists on the ship. I had reach, but she had flexibility. It was brutal. After 9 rounds, the judge called it a draw. There were a lot of unhappy bettors in the training room. We ended up holding a tiebreaker in her quarters on reach, but she had flexibility. responsibility. More than one way to work off stress, I guess.
Thanks for the talk, Garrus. I'll see you later.
Sure thing.
Alright. So, we'll go down to one more deck and see if we can't find any additional narratives or dialogue.
Thinking about past missions. Got a minute? You might learn something. Ever been to a Batarian prison?
Nope. We've already gone through that.
Slavery. That's where they send you. In there you got two choices. Bash your head open on the wall, or kill everyone between you and the exit.
Shepard.
Just checking in. How you doing?
Battlemaster, I have everything. Clan, kin, and enemies to fight.
What do you think about the crew?
Good bunch if they stay out of my way. Dead bunch if they don't.
What do you think about the crew?
Good bunch if they stay out of my way.
What are your thoughts about
push our enemies to the edge of space, then step on their fingers one at a time until the void takes them.
Did O'Keefe give you any imprints about
You already know more than he did. O'Keefe's is barely useful. If you fight them, hit them hard the first time.
That's all for now.
Shepard.
Yeah. Alright. That's pretty much it in terms of talking with Grunt specifically. And Jack, well, we haven't dealt with Jack yet.
What can we do for you?
Area.
Will do, Commander.
Whenever we have time, I've gotten the migrant fleet's location.
Can you give me a rundown of the problem with the fleet?
The Admiralty Board has charged me with treason. If I don't get back there to face the charges, they'll find me guilty in absentia. I'm scared, Shepard.
What happens when a Quarian is killed?
The punishment for treason is exile. If they can... I was going to book... I'll program the normal...
We've already talked in terms of that. Okay, just wanted to double check. That's pretty much it for this video. We will continue going through the different side missions, loyalty missions available, and we'll kind of work from there. But we already know that we need to get the Reaper IFF, and that is actually the lasting point before, well, the end game. So we aren't going to do that just yet. There's a lot more videos to get to, and I'm looking forward to sharing you the loyalty missions and the side missions through my playthrough of my Paragon Shepard, Kylesk8r24. So thank you very much. This is Kylesk8r24 signing off. Have a good day, everyone.